Nandivarman II Pallavamalla, the great emperor who restored the throne. The glory of the Pallava Empire, etched in the golden pages of history, shone brightly through the immense power of its great emperors. Kanchi was then a fortress of art, architecture, and spirituality. The empire reached its zenith, wielding the power to threaten neighboring kingdoms. The beginning of the succession crisis. After the great emperor Narasimhavarman II, Rajasimha, concluded his reign with significant achievements, some records indicate that his son, Mahendravarman III, ascended the throne. However, Mahendravarman III is not widely recognized as a distinct, notable ruler. His reign might have been very short or merely nominal. He might have co-ruled with Narasimhavarman II or served as a prince. He is rarely mentioned as a separate monarch in the list of Pallava kings. Following him, Parameswaravarman II, approximately 725 to 731 CE, ascended the Pallava throne. He was also a son of Narasimhavarman II. During his 6-year reign, fate presented him with a great challenge and humiliation. During his rule, the powerful Chalukyas and their Ganga allies launched a major attack on Kanchipuram, the Pallava capital. Due to a setback in the war, Parameswaravarman II had to accept humiliating terms and surrender. This was a great disgrace for the Pallava Empire. To avenge this humiliation, Parameswaravarman II later attacked the Gangas. However, fate was cruel. He was defeated in battle and unfortunately fell on the field. It is said that the Ganga king seized a necklace called Ugrodaya from Parameswaravarman II, and the Ganga king adopted the title Permanadi. The death of Parameswaravarman II in 731 CE led to a dark chapter in Pallava history. The direct lineage of the Pallava Empire, founded by Simhavishnu, ended with him. As King Parameswaravarman II had no direct heir, the Pallava throne was left without a successor. The question, who is the next king? Who will save this great empire? Echoed in everyone's minds. This created a major succession crisis and a chaotic situation. The search for a successor and a new dawn. With the throne vacant, a deep unease enveloped the Pallava kingdom. Ministers, military commanders, and people's representatives gathered. Since Simhavishnu's direct lineage had ended, it became imperative to find a suitable heir from the collateral branches of the Pallava family. After many discussions and searches, their eyes fell upon a young man. That young man was none other than Nandivarman, a deserving heir from the lineage of Simhavishnu's brother, Bhimavarman, from the Kadava clan. He was then only 12 years old. He had spent his early years in a village far from Kanchi. Fate called him to the Pallava throne. Ministers and the people were amazed by his intellect and leadership qualities. In 731 CE, he ascended the throne of the Pallava Empire under the name Nandivarman II, with the title Pallavamalla. This marked the beginning of a new chapter in Pallava history. The credit for restoring the empire from the succession crisis belongs to him. Pallavamalla on the battlefield, valiant expeditions. When Nandivarman II ascended the throne, the Pallava Empire faced many challenges. Neighboring kingdoms like the Chalukyas, Gangas, and Pandyas were waiting to exploit Pallava weakness. Nandivarman, who ascended the throne as a young boy, proved his prowess on the battlefield at a young age. Wars against the Chalukyas. Parameswaravarman II was humiliated and killed by the Chalukyas. Nandivarman did not forget this revenge. Early in his reign, he engaged in several battles against the Chalukya king, Kirtavarman II. Notably, in the battle on the banks of the North Penna River, he defeated the Chalukya forces and protected Pallava pride. In these wars, he allied with the Pandyas and Vaidambiyas to fight against the Chalukyas. Victory against the Gangas, to avenge the humiliation suffered by Parameswaravarman II at the hands of the Gangas and Chalukyas, and to regain the lost glory of the Pallava Empire. Nandivarman II fought against the Ganga king Sriparusha. He faced many challenges in this war. After several battles, he finally defeated the Gangas, ending their dominance in Pallava territory. As a symbol of this victory, there is a record that he recovered the Ugrodaya necklace, which was previously seized by the Gangas. Challenges against the Pandyas. Nandivarman's reign faced significant challenges. The Pandya king Nandivarman Rajasimha, 730 to 765 CE, invaded Kanchi. In some battles, like the Battle of Tellaru, the Pallavas suffered setbacks against the Pandyas. However, Nandivarman did not accept complete Pandya dominance. With the help of his subordinate kings, the Pandyas and Western Gangas, he continued to fight against the Pandyas. These wars were essential to protect Pallava borders. Relations with the Cholas and Cheras. During Nandivarman's reign, the Cholas remained feudatories under the Pallavas. He had no major direct wars with the Cheras. His war strategies re-established the Pallava Empire as a powerful force. Programs for the people and administrative reforms. Nandivarman was not only a great warrior, but also a visionary ruler. He established internal peace and showed great concern for the welfare of the people. Land administration. During his time, land measurements were standardized and the land tax collection system was improved. This led to flourishing agriculture and increased state revenue. Irrigation facilities. New lakes and tanks were dug. Old irrigation structures were renovated. This helped to increase agricultural production. Local administration. During the Pallava period, village assemblies and town assemblies functioned very efficiently. Nandivarman further strengthened these institutions. The policies of Nandivarman II show the early stages of democratic elements. Commercial development. To promote domestic and foreign trade, roads were improved. Ports were reorganized. This ensured smooth commercial traffic and economic growth for the country. Education and cultural development. Nandivarman cherished and fostered arts and education. Kanchipuram was the largest educational center of that period. Many scholars, poets, and artists were supported in his court. Historic temples, a repository of art. Nandivarman was a great patron of art and architecture. Many temples were built during his reign, proclaiming the unique style of Pallava architecture. Vaikunta Perumal Temple. This temple, also known as Parameswara Vinagaram, is one of the most important temples built by Nandivarman. This temple is a magnificent example of Pallava architecture. It is dedicated to Lord Vishnu. The sculptures here depict the history of the Pallava kings, especially Nandivarman, as beautiful story panels. The three-tiered Vimana tower above the sanctum is a pioneering architectural form in Indian architecture. The walls of this temple are adorned with sculptures depicting historical events such as Nandivarman II's coronation, the lineage of Pallava kings, and their wars. This temple is an artistic treasure chest that reached the pinnacle of Pallava period sculpture. The sculptures on the walls of this temple depict the history of Pallava kings from Simhavishnu to Nandivarman, like a historical book. Each king's image and their major achievements are depicted as sculptures. This transforms the temple into a living historical museum. Other temples. Nandivarman renovated or built many Vishnu and Shiva temples. During his time, the Bhakti movement further strengthened. These temples reflect the religious beliefs and cultural tastes of the people of that era. Nandivarman received many titles and names for his skill and achievements. Pallavamalla. This was the main name he adopted when he ascended the throne. Malla means warrior or strongman. This title was very appropriate for him because he ascended the throne as a young boy during the Pallava succession crisis, re-established the empire, and proved his valor on the battlefield. He was praised as Pallavamalla because he was the warrior who upheld the glory of the Pallava dynasty. Vishnu Bhakta, or Parama Vaishnava. He was deeply devoted to Vaishnavism. His devotion is evident from the construction of the Vaikunta Perumal Temple. This title was given to him because he considered himself a devotee of Vishnu. Dhananjayan. In the Ramayana, Arjuna has the name Dhananjayan, which means one who conquers enemies. Nandivarman also received this title because he achieved victories in many battles. Kanchipuram. This title was bestowed upon him because he protected Kanchipuram and brought glory to it. His long reign of approximately 65 years from 731 CE to 796 CE, and his victories in many battles, his administrative reforms, and the magnificent temples he built are all hallmarks of a stable and prosperous reign. Large architectural endeavors, like the Vaikunta Perumal Temple, demonstrate the economic strength of his government and its artistic and engineering knowledge. During his reign, the Pallava Empire extended its influence across almost all of South India. Conclusion: Nandivarman II marked the beginning of a new era for the Pallava Empire. Taking on the throne at a young age during a succession crisis, he strengthened the empire through his administrative skill, military prowess, and love for art. His long reign was a golden age in Pallava history. His contributions in various fields such as art, architecture, administration, and devotion established him as one of the greatest Pallava kings in history. His epic stories, carved on the walls of the Kanchipuram Perumal Temple, will continue to speak of his glory for ages to come. Nandivarman II Pallavamalla, the great emperor who restored the throne, and the guardian who supported art. In the upcoming series, we will explore more about the Pallava kings and their grand artistic creations. Please subscribe and watch our playlist to see our other posts and encourage us. Thank you.